here.
They know each other from their one amateur meeting. So far, Cotto is 2-0 against former Olympic opponents, having beaten both Kelson Pinto of Brazil and Muhammad Abdullayev of Uzbekistan. George, did you ever get a chance to fight in the professionals? Any of the guys that you fought at the Mexico City Olympics in 1968?
Not in the Olympics, but some that I did fight in the amateur, coming up to the AAU and National Golden Gloves. But that doesn't mean anything.
It was an entirely different thing, right?
Entirely. It's all for the gold this time, the real gold that you put in your pocket.
Nice little left hook to the body by Cotto.
Now, Torres has got to get some respect early because Cotto is well polished. Take the polish off by making him hurt. And that's what he's got to do. Get out there and land a big shot. Let him know that my record is not padded. I can knock you out, too.
Well, if Cotto has a statement punch, it is that left hook to the body. He sledgehammered Abdullayev with it in the late rounds, and you can see him throwing it again with conviction there. So far, Torres has decided to back up here in round one. That runs counter to what Cotto had expected because he thought that Torres would try to attack it.
Torres seems to be looking to throw.
Left hook puts him down after a perfect counter straight right hand. And Torres is up in a hurry, but that was just a perfectly thrown combination by Miguel Cotto, who answered a right hand by Torres with a body shot and then finished off with the left hook.
I thought part of that was his balance. He was a little off balance. He doesn't look really hurt, does he, George?
I agree. He was getting ready to do something himself and got caught in the midst of it. But you're a long way from home, and this big crowd is noisy. The corner's going to have a...
and Torres hurts Cotto with a left hook there. Miguel Cotto electing to trade punches with a guy whom he had knocked down. Both George and Larry making the point that Torres wasn't all that hurt, and now Cotto knows it too, as he was rocked by a counter left hook.
Now Torres has got his respect. Now it's an even fight. From this point on, he's as much at home as Cotto is.
Cotto going back to the left hook to the body and landing it right on the belt line.
That's some unusual punching power in this little frame that Torres has. Doesn't look like that kind of power, but his hands evidently has got it.
When he throws the punches with conviction, it looks like he was trying to throw that right hand over the top.
Some guys got power in their hands. You look for the shoulders to a perfect delivery. It doesn't happen, but they touch you with those hands, and it hurts. And that's what I think Torres has.
You remember that Chop Chop Corley hurt Cotto with a right hand, and perhaps Torres is trying to duplicate that.
So both fighters made an impression in round one. When we go to the corner where they speak Spanish, our interpreter is Jerry Olaya.
Very well, Miguel.
Subir el baldecito a la boca. Okay.
You okay? He only has that right hand, that's it. Work it. Counter punch.
Okay?
All right, good. All right, now it's our turn.
Here's the knockdown punch. A straight left, followed by a half left with Torres out of range, but there you saw the right hand that splayed Cotto's legs, looking dangerous for a moment.
Power shots in round one. Cotto 12 out of 36, 33%. Torres 8 out of 31, 26%. Total punches, Cotto landing more, 21 out of 61. Both guys momentarily rocked the opponent in round one. Now Cotto takes Torres to the ropes, trades with him again, and once again, Torres lands enough to back Cotto off. Who's hurt?
It's Cotto who is hurt.
And he's hurt again by a straight right hand. And Cotto tries to grab and hold as Torres continues to throw. Cotto wobbly. Torres has a huge chance here for a big upset. Cotto trying to fight back. Going into a crouching position, but now he gets caught flush with a right hand. Torres has Cotto in big trouble. Cotto no longer trying to hold on. For some reason, Miguel Cotto feels like he should trade. George, it's exactly the wrong thing to do.
No, when you're in with a puncher, he's got that many knockouts, you don't play the punching game with him. You play hit and defense.
Cotto is wobbly and the ropes hold him up for the moment. He almost went to the canvas on that shot. Cotto reaching to grab again as another left hook strafes him.
Cotto
Plenty
showing
of time in the round.
Cotto showing tremendous determination here because he's plainly dazed, buzzed, hurt, trying to pull himself together with 1.5 minutes to go in the round.
He gets ripped again and down goes Miguel Cotto. This he may need more than anything else.
That was a pull down. Let me tell you, he was hit with some harder shots early on, but this time he was actually wrestled down.
It looked like he was off balance, but from those blows.
Big left hook by Torres. This is going to raise a lot of questions about Miguel Cotto, who was hurt by DeMarcus Corley, not all that big a puncher in Puerto Rico. Was not badly hurt by a harder puncher named Muhammad Abdullayev in Madison Square Garden. But here, he has been wobbled 3 times.
Cotto has come back with 2 stiff punches.
Now it's Torres who wobbles after a right hand by Cotto. And Cotto wants to press the advantage now.
Cotto is not the harder puncher tonight. He can mix it up. He's got to make certain he's deliberate with his shots and keep his defenses in position.
It's Foreman Lyle at 140 pounds.
Any punch can take you down.
A gunfight in Atlantic City. Trading shots, Miguel Cotto and Ricardo Torres.
What happened, a guy steps in as a replacement, you take him for granted, he's got the power, you don't think that your promoters will actually match you with an equally puncher, and you got the surprise of your life.
Both
Cotto
fighters
survives.
hurt in that round.
Both of them, but Cotto was the one who was almost gone early in the round and managed to weather the storm somehow.
Con calma, no tiene que tener prisa.
Relax, don't worry about it.
Vamos a boxear.
Yeah, boxing. Boxing, move your hip, move your waist, move your top. Come on, move it.
And the new champion, vivo. Up, up.
Right there, that left hook is the punch that hurt Cotto. Torres tearing after him to try to finish him.
There was the knockdown. So now Cotto has a knockdown over Torres in round 1. Torres has knocked Cotto down in round 2. As I say, it's Foreman Lyle at 140 pounds. In that round, Torres landed 39 out of 89 power shots. Miguel came back to land 19 power punches of his own. George Cotto was trying to hold on early in the round and then seemed to forget to do so.
What happened is, when you're in good condition, evidently Cotto is, you can instinctively hold on, move out of the way. He's saved by his condition tonight. He was hit with some hard shots.
So Cotto's confidence has been rocked by hard shots from Torres in both rounds 1 and 2. They've traded knockdowns, and now Cotto will try to reestablish technical class, technical superiority.
Cotto is the more polished of the two.
But he's still getting hit with a lot of what Torres throws. Trading left hooks at close range, and Cotto isn't necessarily winning the punching battle. There's the left hook to the body, which momentarily stops Torres in his tracks.
When you're a big puncher, it's hard to imagine when someone is hitting you equally as hard. You just can't believe it. And that's the position Cotto is in. He cannot believe it.
Now here's a low blow stoppage to allow Torres to regain his equilibrium after Cotto landed one below the belt. Miguel Cotto bowing at Eduardo Torres as if to say sorry for that, or Ricardo Torres, I should say.
But when you see a puncher go to the corner and take a little rest in himself voluntarily, that means he's tired.
I agree with you, George.
When you got the big power, it's like, so what? Give me another round. So what? I got you.
I agree that I think he almost diminished his own conditioning in the last round, which he had such a big round.
So take another rest. with the body shots now.
Body shots by Cotto, backing Torres up. Torres hoping the referee will stop Cotto from landing him right on the belt line. That was a low blow yet again. And now here comes either a warning or a point deduction. No, it's not a deduction. It's just a warning. So 2 warnings now for Cotto. Next one will almost certainly be a point deduction. Quick, crisp left hook inside by Cotto. Torres comes back with the right and the left. Cotto driving him into the ropes. That left hook to the body is turning the fight around, George.
And I like it because the referee has tried to make him decide not to throw his left hooks to the body. He didn't get deterred. He's going right back to it.
Well, we saw that already, that Cotto has a second gear. We haven't seen whether his opponent can come back.
His opponent's got one good right hand, I can tell you that, though, and bring him back.
I think if Cotto remembers to go to the body, he will eventually out-physical Torres. But if he wants to keep trading upstairs, he could find himself looking up at the lights again. There's the left hook to the body, which is going to make this Miguel Cotto's fight, if in fact he's able to put his imprint on it. Firing upstairs now. Torres has handled the chin punches more easily than the one that goes directly to the liver. And Cotto contemptuously throws Torres to the canvas to end the round.
Next one, he loses point.
Immediately following tonight's live boxing, stick around for the premiere of Countdown to Tarver Jones 3, a documentary-style look at the lives of Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones, rivals since childhood. Next Saturday on HBO pay-per-view, they fight for the 3rd time to settle once and for all who's better.
Consuelo, estás haciendo una peleona. Oíste, ya pasaste la crisis. Ya tiró los...
Low blows by Cotto. Just south of the border, that one. On the hip, that one. I've come to the conclusion, Jim, that we need more of these late substitutes.
This is tremendous excitement. I mean, obviously, Castillo-Corrales ranks in a class by itself so far as the fight of the year, but these first 3 rounds would be a candidate for fight of the year thus far if it continues this way. Cotto landed 38 power shots in round 3. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 28, 27, 2 rounds to 1, Miguel Cotto. Jim, I gotta tell you, in round 1, I scored a 10-8 Cotto, but I gotta tell you, Ricardo Torres did come back to stagger him. A judge could go 10-9 on that stagger. In the 2nd round, Ricardo Torres scored a clean knockdown. I went 10-8 Ricardo Torres because he knocked Cotto off his feet. But in the 3rd round, I actually thought that Ricardo Torres faked it twice. He wanted to see, if David Fields would take away a point. Those shots were on the name, where his name is, and they just weren't low.
And I am told that our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, heard the people in Torres' corner between rounds telling their fighter, if he hits you low again, go down and make an act out of it, try to get a point deduction. Which makes sense, incidentally.
It only makes sense if you don't have a lot of dignity.
Hard right hand to the body.
Cotto's body punches are gradually breaking Torres down.
Oh, good body shots right to the body, which is seldom seen, right under that left armpit.
Yeah, you're right, George. I agree. It makes a certain competitive sense, but not honorable sense.
No, this is all about honor when it all boils down to it. Win, lose, or draw. Get some honor into it.
Another body shot by Cotto. Gradually hammering away at Torres' ribcage to try to take away the fire, which gave him so much trouble in round 2.
Gotta respect though Torres, though. He's got some right hand. Cotto is starting to relax a little bit, and that's when the trouble starts.
Left hook to the body, landing with considerable frequency, and that's what led to the delayed reaction knockdown of Torres. George, he just can't handle the liver shot.
Oh, that body.
I'm not sure anybody can, Jim.
When you found a good meat, you go right back to that grocery counter, and that's
There's
what he's
the
doing.
left hook to the body again, setting up a big left hook upstairs. Miguel Cotto is starting to have his way with Eduardo Torres.
The jab has been a little more effective now. Cotto is jabbing, and that jab is knocking, that stiff jab is knocking Torres' head back.
Everything becomes more effective once he starts to land that hook to the body.
And Cotto is trying to get him to throw his jab a little bit so he can counter underneath a little bit.
Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. Breathe deeply. That's it. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Jab in the right. Jab in the right. Cut off the ring. Don't follow him. Cut off the ring. Slowly. Pace yourself.
Did that body punch knock Torres down, or did he go down deliberately in order to get the attention of the referee? That's what it appeared to do right there.
If he was doing it to get the attention of the referee, he waited too long. He waited a couple seconds and thought about it, I guess. But one way or another, the left hook to the body led to the knockdown, which gave Miguel Cotto a 10-8 round and perhaps a significant working margin on the scorecards, as Harold led him in the first round. As Harold Letterman pointed out, the first round could have been 10-8 Cotto, or it could have been 10-9 Torres.
When you're a good fighter and you take a replacement instead of another good fighter, you're at the disadvantage because you're not prepared for this guy. But then on the other hand, a good fighter only get these kind of fights when they catch him out of shape. And that's probably why he's got that fight. So the longer this fight goes for Torres, the better for Cotto, because he's caught him by surprise.
Well,
you
the classic case in recent years, of course, was Lennox Lewis-Vitaly Klitschko. Having switched from Kurt Johnson to Vitaly Klitschko with about 2 weeks to go, Lennox Lewis wound up in an entirely different style fight. What a left hook to the body. 2 in a row. Vicious. And Lennox had to survive a night when he was clearly not at his best. Cotto's going through very much the same thing here. But he's putting his imprint on the fight with that brutal left hook to the body. Torres lands a couple shots upstairs. Cotto just kind of biding his time and waiting. Oh, Cotto badly hurt with a right hand that busted him straight on the chops. Cotto focusing too much on the left hook to the body, and there Torres saw the chance to unload upstairs with the right.
You just can't relax with a genuine puncher. Each time you got to realize I can't get hit. You're going to stand in front of him.
Oh, Torres busting Cotto again with the right, and now Cotto holding on. Cotto backs away again without holding on. He's hurt the same way he was in the second round. If Cotto doesn't grab and hold, he may soon go down from a straight right hand. What we're getting in the 140-pound fight is what we're expecting and hoping for in the heavyweight fight.
Yeah, you're not going to see this in the heavyweights.
Knockdowns in almost every round. Huge punches landing over and over. Miguel Cotto's been batted around the ring from pillar to post by right hands from Ricardo Torres here. And Cotto bought himself some time by throwing Torres into the ring post.
And it was real smart, Cotto. You get as far, when you get a guy staggering, go as far away from him as you can and recover yourself. Make him walk to you. Stop things.
Over and over and over in this fight, it appears Miguel Cotto has unwisely elected to trade upstairs with a fighter who has faster hands.
You just cannot allow yourself to be hit by Torres. That's the problem. If you're going to duck, duck. If you're going to dodge, dodge. But don't get hit thinking it's not going to hurt you.
Blood streaming from Cotto's mouth as he tries to sledgehammer Torres with a left hook to the body again to slow down the Colombian's assault. Tremendous round for Ricardo Torres, who once again hammered Miguel Cotto with power shots.
Bájame los guantes. Bien cauteloso, Junito. Estás loco.
Are you crazy? Don't exchange punches with him, you crazy? You're leaving yourself open. He wants to catch you with that right hand. Listen, first with the left, and then come in over with. Pressure him, push him back.
Torres, looking tired from that vicious body attack from Cotto, suddenly exploded again with a second win and 8 or 10 or 12 more punches.
Let's go.
It's been a wild seesaw battle through 5 rounds for Miguel Cotto in the blue and white striped trunks and Ricardo Torres in the yellow and blue and orange trunks. You can see Harold Edelman's scorecard with Cotto 1 point ahead through the 5th round. Some scorecards could have Torres ahead depending on how the first round was scored. Power shots in round 5. Ricardo Torres took the lead, landing 19 of them, and many of them very hard blows.
Cotto is having to stagger around and wait a little bit, and this is what you don't want to do. You have Torres on the move. You got him a little tired. You can't give him a break because all he does is suck up the oxygen and come back and hurt you. You can't just stand there and not do anything.
You heard Evangelista Cotto, Cotto's uncle and trainer in the corner saying, what in the world are you doing trading with him? You're leaving yourself open.
He didn't get hurt by trading. He got hurt by just laying on the ropes waiting for a shot.
These are 2 unbeaten young fighters. Neither one thinks they can lose. Neither one wants to yield to the other.
Both looked a little discouraged between rounds.
Now this is a fight that goes to the corner. Who can refresh these guys? When they go to the corner, you don't want to hear a lot of information. You just get Cotto back awake. And the same with Torres. Who's going to refresh him? Make him get his energy back round by round. Make that minute rest.
Is this the kind of fight in which a trainer should be careful about trying to make tactical adjustments because so much is going on for the fighter?
That's right. Get some ice down. Even lower him into his cup. Ice behind the neck. Rub him. Make him confident. Don't talk too much.
Should Cotto be boxing more?
Well, Cotto is doing his best because he's, at the same point, he's recovering from shots too. Torres just cannot stand in front of this guy and not do anything. That's what Cotto cannot do. Don't stand in front of him and not do something.
So far, Torres appears to be taking a blow in this round.
Torres more given to fighting in spurts. Cotto more likely to fight the full 3 minutes of every round, at least so far.
Everything is fine as long as Cotto is active. When you get inactive, this is when Torres decides, I'm going to hit you with something, and it hurts.
As you can see, it's round 6 of a scheduled 12. This has been the least active of the 6 rounds so far, largely because, as Larry Merchant pointed out, it appears Ricardo Torres is trying to get a rest.
The difference is Torres can take Cotto's best shot. Cotto staggers when he hits.
Just as you say that,
what was I ever wrong?
Just as you say that, a straight right hand puts Torres on one knee and gives Cotto a further scoring margin in the fight, which could turn out to be critical.
What we have here, folks, is Hurricane Torres and Hurricane Cotto colliding.
Don't talk about hurricanes. Or tornadoes.
Our society is wearing them like a rash right now.
You gotta react, man. You understand? He's gonna come on top of you. He's gonna come for you. Move yourself, and be precise with your punches. Up with the hooks. And then throw your direct hit. Throw your...
Late in the round, right hand cocked by Cotto. Short left, hard right, 2-point round.
He just tapped him with the left, just enough to just get his attention.
He was cruising toward winning the round, but as Larry made the point, critical point, knee went to the canvas, 2-point round for Cotto. In that round, Torres, trying to get a rest, landed only 3 of 34 punches. Cotto 24 out of 61. A little bit more of a working margin, perhaps. as Cotto gets hammered again. We're about to go to Harold Letterman's scorecard and can't go because the action is fast and furious as they trade punches at close range yet again. Round 7 of a scheduled 12, and both guys still looking for the knockout every minute of the way.
As Torres has said, if you're going to lose, I may as well lose a fight, not just lose a boxing match. It's a fight now.
Let's see if we can slip in the Letterman scorecard real fast here while they catch a breather. Okay. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim. 56-53, 4 rounds to 2, Miguel Cotto. It's a matter of who gets off the first big shot first in each round. But in any case, in round 5, I certainly gave Ricardo Torres a 10-8 round without a knockdown because he had Miguel Cotto staggered the entire round. But Cotto came back and knocked him down in the 6th. So out of 6 rounds, I got 5 of them scored 10-8, and only 1 round scored 10-9. Incredible.
Since the early exchange in this round, Cotto has been able to control Torres with his jab, his left hook to the body, and some straight right hands.
Cotto is making a mistake. You land your left hook, you got to come back with your right and another hook. You just can't stop at 3 shots. This guy will catch you right as you finish that left hook.
Cotto catching Torres on the end of a punch again, and down goes Ricardo Torres.
Showing extreme fatigue just before that combination put him on the canvas.
Physically getting worn down, and referee David Fields is going to stop it. Miguel Cotto survives a life and death challenge from Ricardo Torres.
Tim, a half hour ago, I speculated on whether Torres could make Cotto make something happen. Give us one of those melodramatic fights that people will remember. This is the fight of his life so far. It shows some real internal fortitude. It shows more than just boxing ability and punching ability.
George, does every great young prospect need a fight like this to help?